Well, greetings from Constance Cheese. We're here in the plane of growth, liaising with Tunare herself, Mother Nature. Right now, I'm kind of showing off the faction locking potion, because as many of you know, in order to get to Mother Nature, you have to kill all of her minions, all of the small furry creatures in her domain, because she'll call assist if you engage her too early. And by killing them, you lose faction with her. But since I locked my faction, I can kind of pose with her for the camera, and she's not going to attack me. So Constance was able to preserve her Servants of Tunare faction. Charlie never had it to begin with, and you never get it back, by the way. The general tactic with Mother Nature, I dispel her. I bandolier her over to my two-hand blunt weapon, which is my highest damage delay weapon. I hit intensity of the resolute. I then bandolier over to my Tash weapon, which procs Tash. I get a low-level Tash on her. We did not have our enchanter today, so definitely Cat P, we miss you, buddy. We tried to slow her, we never did. So killing Tunare is a lot like killing Kazakh Thule in the Plane of Fear. It's very, very similar encounter. Again, you have to kill all of her minions before you engage her. And so that's every single deer, every single wolf, every single bear, every single chicken, every single one of Mother's creations has to be destroyed before you destroy Mother Nature, which I love. So you'll see at a later stage, I kind of do an inverse of a typical Tunare raid. I'm going to cover the initial fight from the beginning, and then at the end I'll cover clearing the yard trash, because yard trash also has significant tactics involved. But right now we'll go over the actual fight. Not too complicated, but other than that call assist feature, she does flurry. You can get your Soldiers of Tunare, your Clerics of Tunare, and your Fadark Champions faction back, but if you lose Servants of Tunare faction, you will never get that back. But there's only a couple quests that you need it for anyways, and they're only for Rangers and Druids and Era. I cover that later. So here you'll see several species of small furry creatures coming to assist Tunare. And we solve the problems of overpopulation in nature. So we kill the bunnies, and we kill the squirrels, and so forth. I hope you enjoy the video. I'll pop in and out with overlays as we continue. Attached. She's pretty smart, man. She roots you and then summons all of her beasts to burden. Incoming Snaggle Res.
What the heck is a Guardian of Takish? It's a nice glowing thought earring. Yeah, buddy. I have the Flawed Adept rings, which are 1. So yeah, crazy that a Kunar or a Veli's era earring might be an improvement.
So notice at the bottom of the screen where it says my faction standing with the servants of Tunare did not change. That's the faction locking pot. That's the power of that.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Well, greetings from Charlie Cheese. I'm here in the Plane of Knowledge the day after our raid of the Plane of Nature, where we killed Tunare herself. And I'm here to get some faction back. I covered the Muffin Quest, and I also covered the faction locking potion right here. But I still found a way, not on Constance's account. Her faction remained unchanged after that raid because she drank a pot. Charlie's, he's at the worst possible Tunare faction you can be. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cover another way that you can get your faction back, which is available on a live server, right? And you go to this loyalty merchant, right? She's right here under this tree. Just east of the big library. And you just open up a trade window with her. And you just look up the word potion. P-O-T-I-O-N. Alright. And there you go. So, Potion of Peace. Fate Arc Champions. It costs 172 crowns, which I don't think I have. Drinking this potion will wipe memory of any misdeeds you committed against Fate Arc champions, and they will treat you as you are meeting for the first time. So it reverts to what your original faction was. Let's go ahead and buy that. There you are. So let's go ahead and drink the potion. Okay. So the Fate Arc champions. So now it's dubious, right? So that just gave me Fate Arc champions. So we'll go ahead and do the Muffin Quest as well. Okay, I'm just going to hand some more stacks of muffins to Mr. Flint's side here. See where my faction takes me here. Boom. That's the last stack for some time. Alright, so Fate Arc champions, i.e. the guards, couldn't get any better. There's Thex, full ally. Clerics of Tunare indifferent, soldiers of Tunare indifferent, but I think servants of Tunare, I think that's the one that I'm still not getting. Okay, so there it is. So what you do is you go under, you hit faction, /faction, right? And and then you click on Scars of Elias, and then you sort by faction name, and there's your Servants of Tunare, right? There's no way you can get that back, okay? You can get soldiers, clerics, Fadark champions back, but you can't get Servants of Tunare back, okay? And this is the only faction within the Plane of Growth. Outside of the Plane of Growth, there are no Servants of Nature. I think the only 2 faction quests you can do for that are a Druid item, some gloves that you can do for a Velius era quest, and then a Ranger quest called the Helm of the Tracker. That will get you Servants of Tunare faction, but typical Kazakite like I am, I'll never be able to get that. So that's why within the Plane of Nature, Charlie was kill on sight, and he always will be kill on sight. But if I go to Felwith, there are no Servants of Nature within Felwith. You either have Fadark champions, Clerics of Tunare, or Soldiers of Tunare.
Weird, they don't like Charlie, but they're fine with Constance. Can't clear her in. There we are. Man, they really don't like Charlie.
So like I was saying, I'm going to start this video with the final boss encounter, and I'm going to finish with the trash mobs. There are a lot of trash mobs. Probably about twice the amount that you'd have in the Fear Plane, which I think, along with the faction hits, dissuades a lot of guilds from raiding the Plane of Growth in Era. A lot of them say that, well, we'll go back to it, Then Luctland comes out, the Planes of Power comes out, you never come back to it. I think you should. The drops here are great. You know, a 3 Flowing Thought 3 earring. That's really nice. It'd be an upgrade for Charlie, and we're in the Defiant era. The lockets of hair, there's 2 that dropped. Those are one-hand slashing weapons, which have damage shields which stack with other damage shields, and those can be used by level 1s. So, I mean, really nice drops. And it's a lot of fun, but it is kind of a slog. Plane of Growth. We did go about an hour and 20 minutes over. Here you can see we've pulled in some trees. Now the trees have this mechanic. The main mechanic is a silence. The silence prevents casting, bard song, just about anything kind of clicky effect. It pretty much blocks all that for I think 9 minutes. So it's a long silence, difficult on your healers. You know, there's definitely a tactic to staying outside of that AoE silence. Also, there's a dispel, so you'll see Constance gets a lot of her buffs dispelled. And then there's a very, very long drones dot that they put on you, which if you're dotted and you can't heal through that, you'll die. So the trees do this and the pumas do this. We're going to see the pumas. So I neglected to show the brownie protectors at the base of Tunare's tree. Their main issue is they just have a lot of hit points. You do need to kill them. And all of the baby treants at the base of Tunare's tree. Then you climb her tree, and you tag Tunare, who immediately despawns. And then you pull in her pumas. Now the pumas have the same mechanic as the big trees. That is, they dispel, and they have a silence. And by this point, the raid has gone through about 4 hours of clearing. And we did a little bit of pre-clearing here. So, and right now it's about 11:20 at night. So the raid starts to drag, and then suddenly you have these mobs that have a lot of hit points, and mobs that dispel, and where it makes it difficult on your healers and stuff. So very challenging raid, but very fun. So anyways, you kill the two pumas, and then we finish with Tunare herself, which we'll show at the end here. Well, there you have it. I hope you enjoyed the raid. I had a lot of fun coming here with my buds, Chamber of Chaos. And yeah, I'd highly recommend raiding the Plane of Growth in Era. And don't worry about your faction. You'll get it back. And you get some really nice items. It is a slog fest, but it's well worth it. Definitely worth it. So anyways, I hope you enjoyed the video, everybody. Take care. Bye.